Okay, I have to admit something to you, and I know that some of you are definitely not going to believe this, but I'm actually really lazy. And I know what you're probably thinking, oh, Tracy, but you're a fitness and wellness influencer and you've been doing this your whole life. You're not lazy at all. But I have to tell you, I am the literal queen of minimal effort and maximum results. So if you've ever thought to yourself, oh, I want to look hot and I want to feel strong, but I'm not about to spend hours in the gym, same, girl, same. That's why I have mastered the Lazy Girl's Guide to Looking Hot and Feeling Strong after 40. And today I'm finally gonna spill it all. Hello, gorgeous girl. Welcome back to my channel. And yeah, I'm telling you, I'm lazy. And anyone that knows me in real life knows that this is true, that I'm all about how to make this quick, how to make this easy, and how to make things the most effective. And not just in my fitness and my wellness, but really in all areas of my life. It's really like a life hack. So if you're new here, hello, I'm Tracy. I've been in the fitness and wellness industry for over 25 years. And I think it's really important to not gatekeep these things that really make a huge difference, especially when we're over 40. So let's dive into it. My first lazy girl hack is using what I like to call the mirror hack. You know, I used to work at a gym. Before I started my own business and had my own Pilates studio, I worked for a gym for over a decade. And one thing that I noticed is that some women, especially if they were trying to change and transform their body, they didn't want to look at the mirror. They didn't want to see themselves working out because, and I get it, that inner critic is so loud. But there is a reason why you do want to use a mirror, and you can use the mirror to your advantage. Instead of criticizing yourself and thinking of all the things that you don't like about your body, you want to use the mirror, or even if you don't have a mirror, if you're just kind of like feeling the work, you want to have that inner coach in your brain. What I mean by that is instead of being like, oh, this is so hard, you're so weak, this is never gonna work for you, you wanna say like, oh man, I'm so strong. Like if I'm doing something like mountain climbers and I'm in a plank form and I'm doing a mountain climber, my inner dialogue now is, yes, you're strong, you can do this. I think about how I talk to my 5-year-old daughter. When she's struggling with something, all that I want is for her inner dialogue to be like, yes, I've got this, I'm brave, I'm strong. And we can do that for ourselves too. And especially when it comes to working out and making changes in your body, it's really important that we have that positive inner dialogue. You know, that's one of the reasons why I actually despise those channels here on YouTube that have all that lovely free content that's usually with like a 25-year-old trainer who doesn't say a freaking word. Or even if she's 50 or 40 years old, you need to be encouraged while you're working out, and you need to have an instructor telling you what you're supposed to do and how it's supposed to feel. Now, I know I'm on a soapbox about this, but it's really important. So if you find yourself having that inner critic, we want to change that and transform it into that inner coach. I'm telling you, this is going to make a huge difference for you and also produce results so much quicker for you. And here's a little lazy girl bonus for you. Just by simply implementing this and having that inner coach cheering you on, it's going to make your workouts 10 times more effective. You're welcome. Now, something I talk about all the time that really does move the needle, and I know it is super unsexy, is consistency. But have you ever heard about the breadcrumb method? Let me break it down for you. Forget about motivation. Motivation doesn't exist. Let me ask you a question. Where's your motivation? Where do you go and buy motivation? Where do you find motivation? Motivation does not exist in the way that we think it does. It's like we think it's like this magical power or like a fairy that's gonna come down and be like, boop, you're motivated. And after 25 years in this industry, one thing I can tell you is motivation is not found, but it is caused. And motivation is caused by action. And the breadcrumb method is this: doing tiny little things, small little things each and every day with consistency. I know, unsexy, but that's what's gonna produce results in your body. You know, it's like this. I've seen this for years and years and years. Women will come to me and they'll say like, I'm working out, but I don't see results. I'm working out, but I'm not seeing the results that I want fast enough. And I'll ask them like, okay, cool. How long have you been doing it? Oh, I've been doing it for like 2 weeks. I've been doing it for like 3 weeks. I'm like, girl, transformation takes time. But what's most important is that you are consistent. So here's the thing. You do not have to do those hour-long workouts. You don't have to do those crazy boot camps. You don't have to do all these things that we've been told years before that you have to do. And especially over the age of 40, here's what you do need. Consistency, moving your body daily, and really doing the things that are gonna move the needle faster. Now, I've talked about this a bajillion times on my channel, but I'm gonna repeat it because it bears repeating. For women over the age of 40, the sweet spot when it comes to working out is 30-minute workouts. And guess what? If you're super lazy like me, you can do a 10-minute, you can do another 10 minutes, and you can do a third 10 minutes. And guess what? Math whiz, yes, that's 30 minutes. But I have clients in my fitness membership that will do this, and I'm telling you, they're like, it's crazy that it works this way. But here's the deal. You start working with your hormones and with your body as opposed to against it, and that's when it feels like magically you start seeing results. So that motivation fairy, as much as we want her to come down and just tap us on the shoulder, what you can commit to is breadcrumbs, doing a little something every single day. Because what I do know is that when we take that action, often we feel so good after just doing like a 10-minute workout that you're like, you know what? I want to keep going. I want to do more because we start feeling good. Now here's the lazy girl bonus for this. You're never gonna feel like you're forcing yourself to work out when you do it this way because you've kind of given yourself the permission slip to sort of like just do something. In fact, personal story, that's how I started Total Body Transformation, my fitness membership, was I used to think that I had to do like 90-minute plus workouts in order to see results. And then after a while, I started getting busier and it just didn't feel good for my body. And so when I was in my 30s, I was like, what would happen if I just gave myself permission to do just 30 minutes? And you know what? That's when not only did I have more energy, I definitely saved time, but my body started transforming into a body that just felt better and was more in alignment with the results that I was looking for. Kind of crazy, right? Totally counterintuitive, but it works. So this is a huge lazy girl bonus for you. Raise your hand if you would like to triple your results from your workouts. Well, you absolutely can, my lazy friend, and here's how you do it. There has to be some sort of community aspect in your fitness program. If you want to see results and you want to stick with it, again, that unsexy consistency and that little motivation fairy, the key here is the sense of community and accountability. You know, there's research that shows that you have a 95% chance of failing when it comes to your fitness goals if you're trying to do it alone. 95%. I don't want to call him out, but I'm going to totally call him out because he's likely not watching this anyway. But my husband is a perfect example of this. He thinks that he's just going to all of a sudden start working out and working out regularly. We've been married for 10 years. Still waiting, Ruben. And he lives with a trainer. My point is, don't make things harder than they need to. You need to have a fitness program or a fitness plan that has some sort of accountability built into it. You know, this is one of the reasons why my ladies inside TBT absolutely love it so much, because we have these tiny little features, and none of them are arbitrary, that really help our members stay consistent. Like even just a little checkbox at the end of your workout, and then you get a fun little surprise after of someone cheering you on. We also have live workouts once a month, and we also have a members only group. So if you are the kind of person that wants to track your workouts and post them every day and get that support, accountability, and motivation from other women, you can do that. But again, everybody is different. So we have these little things that you can pick and choose from to make it so much easier for you to get the results that you want. Again, we don't want you failing. You know, my goal and your goal too, you're not doing this because you don't want to see results, is to get the results that you desire. So this is one huge way that I know that you can succeed, is by having community and accountability just baked into your plan. Now, I am a mom to a 5-year-old, and I have heard the term decision fatigue, but I've got to tell you, as someone who runs her own business and is a mother, sometimes the very last thing that I ever want to do is to make another decision. Like, you know what I'm talking about, especially if you're a mom. Hey, what's for dinner tonight? It's like, I want to rip every hair out of my head because I'm like, I don't know, somebody else decide for me. But when it comes to fitness, this is absolutely no different. When you eliminate decision fatigue, it's going to make it so much easier. That's why having a coach or having a guide or having someone to support you so that you don't have to make the decisions, it's going to make all the difference when it comes to your workouts. You know, when I had my Pilates studio, I had students all the time that would tell me, you know, the only reason why I don't skip the workout is because I know I've already paid you. And I'm like, yeah, that's part of it, right? We really value what we invest in. But when it comes to decision fatigue, here's the deal. A trainer, someone that's really an expert, is going to know what you should be doing to get the best results. That's why I have to be totally honest. I have free workouts here on YouTube. But when you're kind of cherry picking, unless you are yourself a certified personal trainer, it's pretty unlikely you're going to get the same results that you would if you invest in a program or sessions with a trainer or something like that, because really, they're the pros. And I know that there's so much information out there, but information does not equal transformation. And here's the kicker. Most women don't skip workouts because they're lazy, but this is crazy. They skip their workouts because they don't know what to do next. How many times have you found yourself scrolling on YouTube trying to find a workout, and the next thing you know, it's 20, 30 minutes later and you're like, now I don't have time to work out. I know what it's like. I've been there. That's why inside TBT, we give you a monthly calendar each and every month that's new to eliminate any of that decision fatigue, to make it super easy for you to stay consistent, to not waste a second trying to decide what to do, and to just click it and press play and get your workout on. Now, I love this one. This is one that people don't talk about enough, and it's so powerful. There is a way to train yourself like an athlete on how to eat. And I like to call it the hunger training method. Now, here's what I mean. It's so easy to be distracted, right? We've got our phones. It's probably the biggest culprit these days, right? Is like having our phones, having TV, even having like a podcast on, right? You're completely distracted. But that doesn't allow you to really tune into your body and your body's own hunger cues, and also to know when you are done, when you're complete, when you are satisfied. Did you know that as we age, our hormones, especially our hormone leptin, it actually stops working as efficiently. And that's the hormone that really tells you like, hey girl, you're done, you've eaten enough. So it's really important that we are not eating in a distracted state. And also having your phone in front of you, or eating in front of the TV, or just having that distracted or stressed out eating, it makes your cortisol levels raise because you're not actually present and telling your body to rest and digest and do its job. So no more eating with the TV, no more eating with your phone, and really just be present with your food. And if you're not alone, being present with the company that you're with, making sure that you're chewing your food. You know, your stomach doesn't have teeth. So it's really important that you're liquefying your food and chewing your food so that you have better digestion. And this works because it's really going to kind of like easily reprogram your brain to really knowing when you're full, when you're satisfied, and quite honestly, when you've had enough. Now, this is a simple one, but it is a powerful one, and it bears repeating. Here's the hugest lazy girl hack for you when it comes to getting fit. If you hate it, you're not gonna do it. And I hate when I see women struggling with this, like being like, ugh, I have to work out, or ugh, I gotta do this workout, and I absolutely hate it. And they're like dreading it. Life is short. Don't do that to yourself. It's so important that you start figuring out what are the workouts that feel good for you. Now, I'm a trainer. I'm not saying you shouldn't challenge yourself ever. Of course you should. That's how we get those gains in our muscle, right? And especially over the age of 40, muscle loss is a really big problem, right? And making sure that we keep our bone density and all of those things, right? But here's the thing. Life is short and you want to enjoy your workouts. So try different things. Try dance workouts, try yoga, try Pilates, try a boxing class, try, HIIT workouts, try Tabata workouts. Do things differently so that then you can start seeing like, ooh, I like these. Now, does it mean you shouldn't ever do a workout that you don't enjoy? No, but if you told me that the only way to get fit was to go on 1.5 hour runs and do boot camp workouts, I would be like, you're out of your mind. And of course I would quit. So stop beating yourself up and start exploring so that you find the things that you actually enjoy that make you feel like you're pulled and actually have a desire to work out rather than pushing yourself. Do you get that energy? There's a very difference of feeling like pulled and feeling called to work out rather than like, oh, I gotta work out, so I'm gonna force myself to do it. And that's why inside TBT, we've got HIIT workouts, we've got Tabata workouts, we've got yoga workouts, we've got Pilates workouts, we've got workouts that have no equipment at all. We've got workouts using free weights. We've got workouts on the reformer. I give you so much variety because I know that inside of that huge library of now over 300 workouts, you are gonna find some styles that you love. Now, do all my Transformer team members love every single workout? No, like they hate 1-minute intervals, but sometimes you gotta do them if you wanna look snatched and hot and strong. So as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I have a special offer only for you. This is just between us, my YouTube family, that is exclusive. So in the description box, you will see the special offer. It's gonna save you 40% off Total Body Transformation. Shh. Tell anyone, it's just between us. And I will also leave it pinned in the comments for you so that you can try out Total Body Transformation and see if it's right for you. I know that women over 40, we do not need extreme workouts. You do not need to spend your entire life at a gym. And one of the things that I love about TBT is you can do it absolutely anywhere. If you want to do it in a gym, great. But you can also do it in your home. You can do it in a hotel room. You could do it in your pajamas, right? And it is still effective. And honestly, the community of women that you are going to find yourself surrounded with are amazing. It's fun, it's effective, and it works. And if you want to save 40%, it's a limited time offer. You definitely want to check it out right now. So that's what I've got for you today. You are awesome. You are amazing. If you want to keep hanging with me here on YouTube, check out this video next. I'll see you there.